Hi guys, this is Caretaker Gamer, and this month of November is going to be Zelda month. I know PeanutButterGamer does that, but in fact he inspired me to do my own Zelda month since most games for the Zelda franchise come out around November. So, to begin my Zelda month, we're going to do top 10 bosses. These are my opinions of my favorite top 10 bosses, so let's just get on to number 10. Number 10 is Goma from Ocarina of Time. You may ask, why Goma? Goma is such a simple, easy boss. In fact, Goma is very important to me. Goma was the first Zelda boss I ever fought. Ocarina of Time was the first game I ever owned in my whole life and played. And when I first met Goma, oh boy, let's just say it wasn't so easy for that time. Skyward Sword didn't really have that many bosses that left a lasting impact on me except for Koloktos. Koloktos had a very interesting fight where she threw her boomerang blades at you, and if you resisted enough, she brought out all her swords and tried to smack you down. Then you try to rip off her hands and hit her center weak spot. It was a very interesting fight because they took aspects from Wind Waker where you pick up the enemy's blade and try to damage them. It was a very good tactic. In fact, I might go back and try to face them again. Captain Kita from Majoras Mask technically isn't a real boss in Majoras Mask, but to me, he's a boss. He was actually a very tough fight when I was younger trying to fight him. I didn't really know how to get him to stop because I always ended up failing. But when I actually got to fighting him, it was a real challenge. His hits hit very hard, and also that jumping thing he did, which was kind of creepy. And every time he tried to hit you, he did the sound. And oh my god, it was just creepy. God, just so, it was unsettling. But the unsettling things last in your mind. Number 7 is Yuga Ganon, or Uganon. Yo, you Ganon me Ganon? Hey! Uganon was a very tricky fight. Well, it took parts from A Link to the Past where you have to basically play a game of tennis from a bird's eye view. Then the interesting part happens when you have to go into the wall and shoot light arrows into his butt. Yes, light arrows into the butt. That's a lasting memory for all you kids out there. Here comes our jungle buddy, Alduwa. Alduwa was the first boss you encountered in Majora's Mask. Kind of like Goma, similar feeling, but Alduwa was a lot more difficult. In the original version, you had to shoot arrows into his face, and then eventually there's butterflies and bugs that get in your way, and you have to defend yourself against Alduwa's crazy attacks. In the Majora's Mask 3D remake, however, it's relatively the same difficulty, except you have to go behind him and shoot arrows into that eye. Yes, an eye. Unfortunately. Zant from Twilight Princess had so many things wonderful about him for this boss fight. He always either changed shape, changed the way he fought, and changed the location where your boss fight was. You went to previous boss rooms or even mini boss rooms, and he always had some new trick up his sleeve, his very long sleeves. And It was really fun actually. It was a very intense match. And he's a boss I actually want to fight in a game over and over again because he's just so interesting. Next up is Ganon. Gotcha. Phantom Ganon, everyone. In fact, I chose Phantom Ganon over Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time because, honestly, Phantom Ganon was a little bit harder. With going into the paintings, figuring out if it's a clone or if it's actually him, and then when you actually do your tennis match against him, his energy bolts can actually miss him when you try to knock them back at him. And it just adds to the challenge, adds to the fun, and also it was just a very creepy setting, honestly. Have you ever taken a look at those paintings closely? Another Twilight Princess boss, downlord, another fan favorite if I am assuming right. You fight him like most bosses with the item that you got in the temple, the spinner. Basically you go around the room a little bit, try to hit his spine until he becomes a severed head, and then basically the whole place changes and you have to go basically up the ramp you go and try to hit him with the spinner if his head appears around the corner. It was kind of intimidating, really. My blood was very, very boiling when I was trying to fight this guy. It kind of scares you a little bit, if you know what I mean, after being a skull and all. Getting down to the bottom of our list here is another Majora's Mask one, Got, or Goat, however you want to pronounce it. Basically, you wear your Goron's mask and you spin around the room chasing him and trying to spike him in the butt or spike him in the face depending on which direction you choose to go. Usually, I go for the butt because, you know, go for the butt, man. Just go for the butt. Just spike him in the butt. Here we go, the one and only. Oh my god, I used so many bosses from Majora's Mask on this list. And here is Majora's Mask in all of his forms. His lovely, lovely, decrepit, creepy forms. The reason he's my number one is that it's just so dang creepy fighting him. The noise when he's just floating around, and then when he's dancing, it's kind of funny, but after a while it just gets kind of creepy and slightly annoying. Hopefully you have the Fierce Deities mask so you can make quick work of him. And then you have Majora's Wrath, where he uses whips against you, and if you don't have Fierce Deities mask, I don't know what to tell you. It's a little tough of a fight. Here's a hint: use the Zora mask. That is all. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed my first top 10 video for Zelda month. There will be another top 10 video and 2 reviews to follow. If you guys want to find out what they are, subscribe, like, and share my videos. The more the merrier. I would like to hear your opinion about my list or your own lists. And also, special thanks to PeanutButterGamer for inspiring me to create my own YouTube channel for gaming and doing my Zelda month, since Zelda is such a precious, precious game franchise to me. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Caretaker Gamer signing off.